Hello, and welcome back to Talk About It in English. If you are watching this, you probably have a specific problem. You can understand English quite well. You watch movies, you read articles, and maybe you even understand everything I am saying right now without subtitles. But when it is your turn to speak, something happens. You freeze, you stutter. The words are in your head, but they do not come out of your mouth. It feels like there is a wall between your brain and your tongue.
That is a terrible feeling. It can make you feel like a beginner again, even though you have studied for years. You know the vocabulary, you know the grammar rules, but when a colleague asks you a simple question, you panic. You start building the sentence in your head, word by word, checking the grammar, translating from your native language, and by the time you are ready to speak, the moment has passed.
Exactly. We call this the translation trap. You are trying to do mathematics with language. You are trying to solve an equation for every sentence. But native speakers do not do that. When Mark here speaks, he is not thinking about subject, verb, and object. He is not translating. He is using something called chunks.
Chunks are the secret key to fluency. A chunk is a group of 3 or 4 words that always go together. We treat them like one single big word. We do not build them. We just grab them and use them.
Think about it like building a house. Right now, you might be trying to build a wall using tiny little pebbles. It takes a long time and the wall might fall down. Chunking is like building with big, heavy bricks. You only need a few bricks to build a whole wall, and it is much faster.
Today, we are going to fix your daily English by switching you from word mode to chunk mode. We are going to walk through a typical morning routine, from the moment you wake up to the moment you start work. We will teach you the exact chunks native speakers use so that you can describe your day without pausing to think.
And here is the best part. By the end of this video, you will be able to tell the story of your morning in clear, natural English, fast. We want you to speak along with us. When we ask you to repeat, really say it out loud. If you just listen, you will only improve your listening. If you speak, you will improve your speaking.
Before we jump into the morning routine, make sure you have subscribed to the channel. If you want to stop studying grammar and start speaking about real life, this is the place for you. We help you build the English you need for your actual life, not just for a classroom.
All right, let's imagine it's Monday morning. The alarm clock is ringing, it's loud. You are tired. Now, a textbook might say, I stand up from my bed. Mark, do you ever say, I stand up from my bed?
Never. That sounds like a robot. It's grammatically correct, but it's not natural. If I'm tired and I don't want to move, I use a specific chunk. I say, I drag myself out of bed.
That is our first chunk. Drag myself out of bed. Listen to the verb there, drag. It means to pull something heavy along the ground. In this case, the heavy thing is you. You are heavy because you are sleepy.
It paints a picture, doesn't it? I get up is boring. I drag myself out of bed tells a story. It tells me you are tired, you want to keep sleeping, but you have to move. Let's practice that. Listen to the rhythm. It's not drag myself out of bed. It flows together. Drag myself out of bed.
I will say it slowly, then you repeat it. Drag myself out of bed. Now you try.
Excellent. Notice how the out and of connect. Out of, out of. Drag myself out of bed. Try it one more time.
Perfect. So, you have dragged yourself out of bed. What's the next thing you do? You probably need to get clean. You could say, I enter the shower. But again, that sounds like you are writing a police report.
Right. The subject entered the shower at 7 a.m. No, we want to sound casual and quick. We usually use the chunk hop in the shower.
Hop in. To hop means to jump on one foot, usually. But here, it just means to move quickly. You are not actually jumping, you are just moving with purpose. I'm gonna hop in the shower.
It implies a short duration, too. If you say, I'm going to take a bath, that sounds long and relaxing. Hop in the shower sounds like you have a job to go to. You were busy.
Let's practice that chunk. Hop in the shower. Notice the link between hop and in. It sounds like hoppin', hoppin'. Hop in the shower. Repeat after me. Hop in the shower.
Good. And you can change the grammar easily. I hopped in the shower. I need to hop in the shower. The chunk stays the same.
Okay, so you are clean. Now you need clothes. You could say, I put on my clothes. That is fine, it's correct. But if we are rushing, if we are in that morning hurry, we often use the verb throw on.
I threw on some clothes,
Or I threw on a jacket. This is a great chunk. Throw on. It suggests you didn't spend 30 minutes choosing your outfit in front of the mirror. You just grabbed something and put it on your body.
Exactly. It matches the energy of a busy morning. I dragged myself out of bed, hopped in the shower, and threw on some clothes. Can you hear how that tells a story? It is much more dynamic than I got up, I showered, I dressed.
Let's try throw on some clothes. Listen to the sound. Throw on. Connect those words. Throw on. Throw on some clothes. You try it.
Great. Now let's put those three together. This is where the magic happens. You don't need to think about 12 different words. You just need 3 blocks. Block 1, drag myself out of bed. Block 2, hop in the shower. Block 3, threw on some clothes.
I will say the whole sequence. Listen to the rhythm. I dragged myself out of bed, hopped in the shower, and threw on some clothes. Now, I want you to pause and say that whole sentence out loud. Don't worry about being perfect. Just try to keep the flow. Go.
How did that feel? Did it feel faster? It should. You are not thinking about the words bed or shower separately. You are thinking about the actions.
Now you are dressed and you look at the clock. Oh no, it is late. You need to leave. The textbook says, I left my house.
Boring.
Very boring and a bit stiff. In spoken English, when we leave our house to go to work or school, we often use the chunk head out.
Head out. To head somewhere means to go in that direction, but head out specifically means to leave your current location to go start your day or go to an event. I need to head out. What time are you heading out?
It feels very active. I left is finished. I'm heading out feels like movement. Let's practice this short, powerful chunk. Head out. Notice the D in head sounds a bit like a soft duh or a flap because it connects to the vowel out. Head out. Head out. Repeat that.
So you head out. And maybe because you are late, you are not just walking, you are rushing. A great chunk for this is rush out the door.
I rushed out the door. This implies you were moving fast. Maybe you almost forgot your keys. You were stressing a little bit. I threw on some clothes and rushed out the door.
Let's practice rush out the door. Rush out. Connect those sounds. Rush out. Rush out the door. Your turn.
Okay, you are out of the house. Now comes the hard part, the commute, getting to work. This is where everyone's day is different, but the chunks are very similar.
If you take public transport, do not say I entered the bus, and try to avoid I took the bus if you want to sound more descriptive. We often use catch the bus or catch the train.
Catch implies there is a schedule, and if you are slow, you will miss it. It adds a little bit of tension. I managed to catch the bus, or I have to run to catch the train.
But once you are actually getting onto the vehicle, we go back to our friend hop. You can hop on the bus or hop on the train.
Just like hop in the shower, hop on the bus sounds easy and casual. I hopped on the bus and went downtown. Let's practice hop on the bus. Hop on, hop on, hop on the bus. Try it.
Now, what if you drive? Or what if the bus is stuck? There is one chunk that every English learner needs because it happens to all of us, stuck in traffic.
Oh, I hate being stuck in traffic. Notice we don't say the traffic was bad or I was in much traffic. We say I was stuck in traffic. It's a passive feeling. You cannot move. You are trapped.
Stuck is the adjective here. I am stuck. The car is stuck. We are stuck in traffic. This is a perfect answer when your boss asks why you are late. I'm so sorry, I got stuck in traffic.
It's a valid excuse. Let's practice the phrase, stuck in traffic. Stuck in. Connect the K to the I. Stuck in. Stuck in traffic. Repeat after me. Stuck in traffic.
Okay, so you are on the bus or you are in your car. What are you doing? You are probably not just staring at the wall. You are doing something to pass the time. A very common chunk these days involves your phone.
We don't usually say, I looked at my phone. That sounds like you just looked at the object itself, the black screen. We say scroll through my phone or scroll through social media.
To scroll is the action of moving your finger up and down the screen. Scroll through means you are looking at many different things, photos, posts, news, quickly. You are not reading deep literature, you are scrolling.
I was stuck in traffic, so I just scrolled through my phone. Or I hopped on the bus and scrolled through Instagram. It's a very natural way to describe that dead time during a commute.
Let's practice the sound scroll through. This is tricky because you have the L sound in scroll and the TH sound in through. Scroll through. You have to move your tongue from behind your teeth to between your teeth. Scroll through. Try it slowly. Scroll through my phone.
That is a tongue twister. Don't worry if it is not perfect. Even a slight pause is okay there. Scroll through my phone.
So let's look at our commute block. We have hop on the bus or stuck in traffic, and scroll through my phone.
Let's try to build a sentence. I hopped on the bus and scrolled through my phone for 20 minutes. Can you see how easy that is? You just take the blocks and click them together. You try saying it. I hopped on the bus and scrolled through my phone.
Now you have finally arrived at your destination. You are at the office or at school. You walk in. What is the first thing you do? Do you start working immediately? Probably not.
No way. First, I need caffeine. The common chunk here is grab a coffee.
Why grab? Why not get or buy or drink?
Grab implies a quick action. You go to the kitchen, you pour it, you come back. Or you stop at a shop quickly. I'm going to grab a coffee. Do you want one? It sounds spontaneous and light.
If you say, I am going to purchase a coffee, you sound like a robot again. Grab a coffee is what friends say to each other. Let's grab a coffee. In the morning routine, it is a key step. I walked in and grabbed a coffee.
Let's practice. Grab a coffee. Connect the B to the A. Grab a coffee. Try it.
Okay, you have your coffee. You sit down at your desk. You are ready to begin. We call this moment settling in.
To settle in means to get comfortable in a new place. You put your bag down, you take off your coat, you adjust your chair, you turn on your computer. All of those little actions together are called settling in.
I got to work, grabbed a coffee, and settled in. It is a lovely phrasal verb. It gives the feeling of transitioning from commute mode to work mode.
Let's practice the pronunciation. Settle in. The double T in settle sounds like a soft duh in American English, or a crisp tuh in British English. But the important part is the link. Settle in. Settle in. You try.
And finally, the work begins. What is the universal symbol of starting office work?
The email inbox. You could say, I read my emails, but that sounds passive. If you want to sound productive and active, like you are really working hard, you might use the chunk check my emails, or even stronger, go through my emails.
Let's stick with check my emails for now, but focus on how we say it. We rarely say electronic mails, just emails, and often we do this while we are settling in.
So the full arrival routine looks like this. I grabbed a coffee, settled in, and checked my emails.
3 chunks, 1 smooth story. Let's practice that whole sequence. I grabbed a coffee, settled in, and checked my emails. Repeat that after me. Keep the rhythm.
Now, do you see what we have done? We have just built your entire morning, and we didn't use a single complicated grammar rule. We didn't talk about the past perfect continuous. We just took blocks of meaning and put them in order.
I want to put this all together now. We are going to do a full flow challenge. I am going to tell the story of a full morning using all the chunks we learned. I want you to listen to how they connect.
Pay attention to the intonation. Notice how my voice goes up and down. I am not reading a list. I am telling you about my life.
Here is the story. My alarm went off, so I dragged myself out of bed. I hopped in the shower, threw on some clothes, and rushed out the door. I headed out to the bus stop. Luckily, I caught the bus immediately. I hopped on and scrolled through my phone for a while. When I got to the office, I grabbed a coffee, settled in at my desk, and checked my emails.
That sounds so natural. If a learner said that to me, I would think they were very fluent. It flows.
Now it is your turn. We are going to break this down into 3 parts. I will say the first part, and I want you to shadow me. That means you speak at the same time or just a tiny bit after me. Copy my speed, copy my emotion.
Part 1. The house. Ready? I dragged myself out of bed, hopped in the shower, and threw on some clothes. Go.
Did you get the link? Dragged myself, hopped in, threw on. Let's do part 2, the commute. I rushed out the door and headed out. I hopped on the bus and scrolled through my phone. Your turn. Speak up.
Part 3. The arrival. I grabbed a coffee, settled in, and checked my emails. Go.
Fantastic. Now, you might be thinking, but Sarah, my morning is different. I don't take the bus, I drive, or I don't drink coffee, I drink tea. That is totally fine. The method is what matters.
If you drive, swap hopped on the bus for jumped in the car. If you drink tea, swap grabbed a coffee for made some tea. The structure of using chunks remains the same. You stop translating I make tea word by word, and you start using the block, make some tea.
The reason this works is that your brain doesn't have to work as hard. When you translate, your brain is doing thousands of calculations. What is the past tense of stand? Stood. Okay, what implies tired? Drag. Okay, that takes milliseconds, but those milliseconds add up to seconds of silence, and silence feels awkward.
But when you have the chunk drag myself out of bed stored in your memory as one item, you just retrieve it. Boom, it's there. No calculation needed. That is how you get speed.
So here is your homework, and this is a real challenge. I want you to look at your day tomorrow. Not the whole day, just the first hour.
Identify 3 actions you do every single morning. Maybe you walk the dog. Maybe you make breakfast for your kids. Maybe you do yoga.
Don't try to translate those actions. Don't look at a dictionary for the word yoga and the word do. Go to Google or an online dictionary and search for the collocation or the phrase. Type in verb for yoga. You will find do yoga. That is your chunk.
Type in verb for dog walking. You will find walk the dog. That is your chunk. I walked the dog.
Write down your 3 chunks, then practice saying them in a row. I woke up, walked the dog, and made breakfast. Say it 10 times. Say it in the shower. Say it while you are dragging yourself out of bed.
The goal is to make these phrases stick in your mouth, not just your head. Muscle memory is key. Your mouth needs to know the shape of grab a coffee without your brain helping it.
If you do this, the next time someone asks you, "So, how was your morning?" you won't freeze. You won't say, good. You will say, "Oh, busy. I rushed out the door and got stuck in traffic," and you will sound great.
This technique, chunking, is the bridge between understanding English and speaking English. You already have the passive knowledge. Now you need to package it into active blocks.
We are going to cover more topics like this in future videos, how to talk about your job, your weekends, and your travel plans using chunks. So please make sure you like this video if it helped you. It tells us that this is the kind of lesson you need.
And in the comments, I want you to try something. I want you to write one chunk from your morning routine. It can be one we taught you, like grab a coffee, or a new one specific to your life. Write it down below. Let's see how many different morning routines we have in our community.
Thank you so much for practicing with us today. Remember, fluency isn't about knowing every word in the dictionary. It's about connecting the words you know into smooth, strong blocks.
Stop translating, start chunking, and you will be speaking before you know it.
See you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone.